Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Haven't made a video on this channel for a bit. Been doing stuff on Overthinking baseball cards with Dave. I would Dave Sports Cards once a month over there. But yeah, haven't made an actual video on this channel in a while, and just finally got some cards back from PSA, some vintage non-sport cards here that we're going to look through and maybe get into some other topics. We'll kind of see where the conversation goes. But yeah, just thought this would be a good time to hop on and get something up on the channel because it's been quite a while. But yeah, still obviously active on Instagram and, like I said, over there on Overthinking Baseball Cards with Dave. So again, about 20 non-sport vintage cards here. We're just going to kind of talk through it and see what we got here. So the first card I sent was the 1964 A and BC Beatles, card number 1 in the set. A and BC is the British version, the English version. It's the second rarest of the 4. So Topps would be the most common, then O-Pee-Chee, and then this one, and then the Jinky is the rarest version by, from what I can tell, just in terms of pop reports. This card has only been graded like 9 times, I think, which is crazy considering it's the Beatles, the greatest band of all time. It's card number 1. You know, when you look at this, it's not like anything that really just kind of jumps out at you. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of cards that look like this. I mean, there's another card that looks exactly like this, actually, I think, in one of the other sets. Just, you know, somebody's, maybe George's head is turned slightly or something like that. But yeah, card number 1 from the A and BC set, obviously a beat up copy here. I have the cards in hand over here, and if I'm looking at this one, there's a pretty gnarly crease. It's hard to tell on here, but it's kind of right through Ringo's face there. There's some other creases as well. This bottom corner's creased pretty bad. This is the card here, but yeah, you know, I collect the Beatles. It's their first card. It's very rare in terms of, it's got some absolute rarity to it, actually, just in terms of, like I said, the Topps version you can get any day of the week. The other versions, when it comes to card number 1, they're not impossible to find. Like, I think I have a better looking raw copy of this that I haven't graded yet, but yeah, in this, you know, this one, it's centered pretty well. Again, but there's just some absolute rarity there that I really like, and that card was probably pretty cheap. The back of the card looks like this, so obviously, again, pretty beat up here, blank back. But yeah, number 1, again, the Beatles' first card. It's really what this is all about to me. Yeah, again, not the most beautiful, not the most, you know, memorable image or anything like that, but for the price, I thought that was just kind of an obvious one. Even in really shitty condition, I was happy to send it in. So, all right, next up, let's see. All right, T99. I believe this is from 1911. The Sights and Scenes, Panhandle Scrap Tobacco, right here. So this is the Coliseum. These are really nice cards. You know, for considering how old they are, I mean, it was really impressive technology. Like, the border has a nice sort of glittery almost effect to it, kind of a foiling almost. The surface of these also has a little bit of a sort of a textured element where it's kind of hard to describe. You'd really have to see it in hand, and if I was doing this, you know, not with scans or whatever, you could tell, but it's got like a, I don't know, kind of a, yeah, just sort of a cracked, sort of like painting almost look to it. Kind of like if you're looking at like a painting on a canvas, and yeah, so obviously, you know, historic, you know, icons in this set. I have a couple of the, we'll see another one here in a minute, but I think I have the Parthenon already here graded. But yeah, you can see here, most of the damage on the surface is the lower right. Yeah, down here. But yeah, not bad looking. Again, centered nicely. Yeah, I mean, it's how old is this? 100 and what did I say? 1911, 115 years old. So yeah, I mean, this is a great card, and again, a good, really nice set too. And I'll show you the back here. There's a lot of information on the back. So not like a lazy reverse or anything like that, but these are pretty cool. There you go. So, yeah. The vast amphitheater created in the center of ancient Rome by Vespasian, begun during the Flavian Emperor AD 72. I'm not going to read all this. 80 entrances, 10,000 people. That's always crazy to me that it was that big. It never looks that big. I'm sure somebody else see this that's actually been there or whatever. But yeah, I've always been fascinated by all these just ancient history in general. I love it. I watch so many documentaries, all the time. So yeah, I'm really into this kind of stuff. So I like having these cards. But yeah, that's a cool one. One I'm definitely planning on keeping for sure. I'll try to call out which ones I'm going to sell and keep as we go along here. But all right, another one of these. Let's see if I can find the I have all these cards off to the side here, and so I can kind of look at. I just got them, so I can kind of look at them and tell you like what the condition issue is in hand. But I don't have them in order, so kind of just gotta improvise here. All right, here we go. All right, so this one looks nicer than the Colosseum does. The major thing here is going to be a crease right here, kind of up on this upper left-hand quadrant. But yeah, again, another really nice copy. The borders look really good. Yeah, this one's, yeah. So we got a 2 on this one. The other one was a PSA 1. So the artwork on this one, not quite as good. I mean, it's, I think on most of my other cards for the Acropolis, like this part is a lot bigger or more prominent. But it's cool how you get the whole sort of look here. Yeah, so just another really cool. Oh, the back of this one's really nice. This one's like super clean compared to that other one we just saw. I'll show you here. Yeah, there we go. So central point of the ancient city. Yeah. Old Royal Palace, Temple of Athena. That one's really clean on the back. That's really, really nice. So yeah, another cool one there. I'll be keeping that one. All right, next up. Oh, this is a big one here. So this is 1889, I believe. Allen and Ginter, the President's House, or as we more commonly refer to it now, the White House. This is kind of a low-key, massive card, actually. Yeah, I just thought this was really cool. This set is called the General Government Buildings and State Capitals or something like that. It says it on the back. Yeah, General Government and State Capitol Buildings. So these are all the ones that are in the set. So you've got all these capitals, and then these government buildings. So the Capitol Building, War Department, Treasury, President's House, White House, Patent Office. Yeah, agricultural buildings. So yeah, very cool though. I think this has got to be probably the first appearance of the White House. Allen and Ginter, 1889. This is a really sick card. I think the pop was pretty low, like under 20 total graded, if I remember right. But I just thought this was a must-have when I saw the opportunity. I think I won this at an auction. But really cool artwork on here. Like, I think the major issue here, I mean, it's just generally, worn out. But, I mean, it's really solid looking. I think on the back there was a little, oh, no. I think it was just kind of this little thing, this kind of mark here, and obviously edgeware and corners around it and all that. But this is a really solid card, in my opinion. I have one other card that's actually about 10 years later that's, I think, from Capstan Tobacco or something like that actually refers to it as the White House. But yeah, this one I just feel is very special in terms of non-sport vintage. So very cool. Really fired up to get this one back in hand. I think it looks great. So, all right. Next up, what do we got here? All right, we got Elvis 2.5 on the Dutch Gum big number set. The thing I really like about this, it's got these very faint little text markings here. It says Elvis Presley, Love Me Tender, 20th Century Fox, batteries. I turned that up. Yeah, this is just a really cool card. I love these promo shots from the film. Yeah, this is kind of a hybrid for me. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this or I'm going to sell it. Probably lean towards keeping it. I think it's a really nice looking copy. Yeah, that would be a tough one to sell. So we'll see. That one I'm on the fence about right now. Okay. Next up, there we go. This is a big one. Probably the biggest card in the order, maybe, in terms of value. Number one, Elvis's first card, the first standard size trading card from Topps. 1957 was the first year of standard size baseball, but this was earlier. So this is the first standard sized trading card set that Topps produced. It's referred to as Bubbles on the back, but you can just kind of ignore that. It's from a Topps. I don't even remember why they released it under that name or whatever, but yeah, 1956, Elvis Presley, his first card. Obviously an iconic image on the front. That shot is from a show he did in Tampa. It's sometimes referred to as the tonsil photo. It's on the cover of his first album, the self-titled album, one of the most iconic images in the history of music, I'd venture to say. Yeah, and this is a really sharp-looking copy. You got the crease there. But overall, the main things you're looking for on this card is, first and foremost, in my opinion, is the guitar clean. If you get these little print dots in here, these little white print dots, it's a detraction visually. It really is. So we got lucky on this one. That's probably why I bought it. It's just a really, really sharp looking card. It's centered nicely. It's got a little bit of a line here. Another issue comment on this is the registration. You'll sometimes see like colored lines a little bit here, like maybe a yellow down there, maybe a red up there, and it'll indicate that the print is shifted. And you can kind of see that obviously in the blur in the face and the guitar. These lines might not line up, exactly right. So you got a little bit of something there. Just some. This is a little bit dark. I have a PSA 5 of this. I've graded this card a handful of times now. I think I've gotten a 4. I think I got one other 5. I think I've gotten a couple 1s. So I've really kind of run all the different scenarios. I've never gotten above a 5. And actually sold the 5 I graded because the 5 I already owned I felt looked a lot nicer. But like you'll get these little dots here. Back here it's not such a big deal, but if you get those in that red guitar, it really annoys me. Other people might not care as much, but yeah, I certainly do. But it's really just one of the best, I would say, overall non-sport vintage cards there is, in my opinion. So all right, let's keep it moving. All right, there we go. We got a 1953 A and BC film stars, Elizabeth Taylor. So very early Liz Taylor stuff here. This one really baffled me. I try not to complain about grades, and I always just kind of assume I'm wrong. It's obviously creased somewhere, but I don't know. To me, this doesn't look like a 1. And I know there's a lot of things that can cause a card to be a 1. It's just got to be some pretty significant and I don't know. I would have sent, even if I expected a 1, this is still a kind of card I would grade just because of how rare it is and, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's see if I can find this one here on my desk and give it a better inspection. Here it is. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Dude, I don't even think. Maybe it's just cut right. But if it was cut, I think it's got some, like, kind of right here, obviously. But still, I don't know. I guess maybe that just is what it is. I'm not too upset about it. And I guess down the center there is some pretty significant, just sort of all the way across creasing. Maybe that's what it is. That could very well be. And if that's the case, so be it. But I just think it's a nice looking one. I'll just say that. So, All right, in the back, these are just blank backs. So we'll see one more of these here in a minute. All right, next up, they wouldn't grade this. They sent this back. So this is the Mona Lisa. This is like a silk card. It's right here. I haven't opened it yet, but that was a bummer. Those are really cool. So I was hoping they would grade it, but they just wouldn't. So this is BDV cigarettes. I think this was 1920 or 1911 or something like that. But very, very cool. I'll put that in a pro mold, and I guess we'll just enjoy it that way for now. Okay. Next up, all right. So I feel like this is Elvis's second most important card. Card number 21, the first self-titled card from the 56 set. And we got a 1.5 on this one. Again, a bit of a head scratcher here as well. If I'm looking at this card in hand, I see the registration's off. And then there's not like any really obvious creasing. I think there's sort of a bend maybe, like kind of in this area. Clean guitar. This line here kind of indicates the registration is going to be off. You can see that. Just how it's going to be shifted a little bit. So, and you can see that kind of in the blur in his face. But yeah, and then down here at the bottom, like I was talking about on the other card, you'll see the line, kind of that colored line will indicate the shifting is off, and that impacts the registration, obviously. Another thing with this card is you'll get print defects like in his hair there. Pretty common. I've had that even on like higher grade copies. But yeah, this one, I think the issue is probably more on the back. Up here, kind of messy. So you get some staining and stuff up there. So that could be. But yeah, all in all, I mean, I'd call that a pretty good looking, 1.5. That is one I'll probably sell just because I've graded so many copies of that card in higher grade. I already have a 7. You're going to see another higher copy here in a minute, but yeah, and I still have more raw copies at my house. I have more raw copies at PSA. So, all right, next up, this is a 3. So registration-wise, this one obviously looks better. You can tell because the guitar, it looks like it's a little bit off down this time. But again, if we go back, oops. So there's the 1.5. You can just see how shifted up that is with that line there, the blue line there. And if we look at this 3, you don't see that as much, and you can see the face is more clear. You do have a couple of the defects here that you don't want in the guitar. Not terrible, unfortunate, but not like a total deal breaker or anything. I actually think this is a pretty nice copy. You don't see that registration line down here. So, yeah, I might keep this one. Something going on here with the hair. I can't remember. Let's see here. Yeah, this one's actually pretty nice. Actually, those defects do look kind of annoying in hand, a little bit worse than they are on the scan. So I will list this one on eBay again. I already have this in another copy that looks kind of better, but I wouldn't be super mad about continuing to own this one again. It's just, this is, again, really the last thing I want on these. Yeah, but it's a nice looking 3. I think somebody would be pretty happy to buy that, to be honest. So, all right, next up. All right, Paul's first card. I don't have as much Paul as I do John. I don't know if I just like John more. I might. But yeah, I just haven't graded as many Paul cards yet. This is his first card, number 3 in the Topps set. Card number 1 is all the guys. Card number 2 is John. And then card number 3 is Paul. I think card number 4 is also Paul. I don't like this image. I think his stance is just super awkward looking. Card number 4 I think is way cooler. But this is technically his first. Not a bad looking card. Nice copy here. PSA 4 centered, very nice for the set. It's off-centered, but a lot of these cards are really off-centered if you see them. So Definitely one I'm probably going to hold on to just because I don't have any copies nicer than this right now in the Topps version. So that's one I'll probably be keeping for a bit. Again, blank backs on these. You can tell the difference just in terms of it's like ABC, Topps, O-Pee-Chee. On the back, though, it'll say, printed in England or printed in Canada or whatever. So there's that. All right, next up, there's John. This is the Topps version. So this is card number 2 in that set. Solid grade here. PSA 5. Again, you're going to see a run of 5s here, and I'm not sure exactly. I'm not saying any of them shouldn't be 5s. They probably all have little creases or whatever, but I just felt like they just gave me a bunch of 5s in a row, which was kind of annoying. I'd rather get like a 4, a 6, a 7, a 3, just have it. But maybe they are all just 5s, and that's just the way it is. But yeah, John's first card. I haven't graded as many of these. So his first card is this one, number 2, and then number 7, I think, is his second in the set, and I think number 7's a better looking card, just because he's smiling. But this is a cool one, though, too. So, yeah, I think that's my only graded copy of John's first card from the top set. But, so, yeah, I'll probably be keeping that one. I'm trying to get I have all the versions. I'm just trying to get them all graded, so. All right, next up. Okay, same card, but the O-Pee-Chee version. So, card number 2. And another 5. So again, yeah, I think they're just kind of giving me some, some 5s here, which is fine. I'm not going to be mad at that. These are really nice looking. Yeah, on this one I do see there's a bit of a dimple sort of right here. You can't see it on the scan, but I would say that does probably warrant the 5. Yeah, no, you got some other little things here. A little bit of a corner situation down there. Let's see on the back. The back looks pretty clean. Just a couple little corner issues, but very nice looking card overall. Oh, and this. So might have gotten lucky with the 5 on this one, to be honest. Didn't even see that there. So, but again, I would have seen it before I sent it, so I'm definitely not mad at that. So again, this is why I don't complain about grades, because a lot of times there is a reason and you just don't see it right away. All right, number 7. So this is the smiling John Lennon card, and this is from the A and BC version. So this one is very rare, absolutely rare, in a nice grade like this. This is really nice. Let me see. Let me just pull up this order on my phone. I'll tell you what the pop on this is, because I have a suspicion that it is very low. And these are actually smaller. You can see these are smaller size cards. And they're like a different card stock too. It's like they're like thicker in hand. You can tell than the Topps or the O-Pee-Chee. And the Janky cards are actually very thin, like paper thin. So I should have had my phone open with this order like this whole time, and I could have just been telling you what the pops are on these cards. That would have been better, but better late than never. So, all right. So PSA 5 on this one. It's a pop 3 with 5 higher. So that card's only been graded 8 times. I think it's the best. I think the Janky maybe is slightly more rare, but I think the A and BC versions of these Beatles cards are the best, just for the fact that they're a British band. They're English guys, and A and BC was the British version, of Topps at the time. So these were printed in England. They're from Liverpool. I don't know which set was actually released first, but I feel like it would probably have been this one. It's probably hard to tell. They were all out the same year, 1964 or whatever, the height of Beatlemania. But yeah, this definitely moves up my list as one of my just best John Lennon cards. I have the O-Pee-Chee version of this in a PSA 8, which is also very, very rare. Pop 1 or 2 with none higher. But this is a very, very special card. So, all right, keep it moving here before my computer dies. I don't think that'll be an issue, but all right, we got Sophia here in the 58 Atlantic. This is a great set. These are really high quality cards. I have graded the Paul Newman, which I sold, I believe, recently, and I had the Elvis, which I also sold. I've had the Elizabeth. I think I have Elizabeth Taylor at PSA, but again, really solid grade on this one. These are pretty rare as well. What's the pop on this? This is a pop 5 with 12 higher on the Sophia Loren. So one of the most, best actresses, most famous actresses of all time, a legend, in the business and all that kind of stuff. The back here is very cool. So, yeah, these are just really solid builds on these cards. So this, I know a lot of non-sport collectors really like this set, and a lot of big names too. So, all right, what is next? All right, Jane Russell, back to the A and B C cards. So this one did a lot better than the Liz that we saw earlier. I like how this one has the gentlemen prefer blondes notation there. That was just such one of her big films, like with Marilyn Monroe. So I just think that's really cool to have that noted. I'm glad this one got a decent grade. I mean, that Liz really struck out, but these are actually really nice looking. I can't remember. I think these are pretty thin too, but I'm looking at this one in hand. It's just really cool. Like you can see it like kind of when you tilt it, like her hair like has sort of a different look than the rest of the card, which I don't really know why, but yeah, just really solid stuff. Like these are nice cards, man. Just really, 1957 too. We're 70 years ago. These are blank backs, but yeah, I think the issue condition-wise on this one was up here. There's like kind of a sort of a surface scuff almost right here. So, but yeah, pretty solid. Definitely probably keep that one. All right. Let's see. What do we have next? Okay. I'm going to have to kind of do this kind of quick now because I think, hold on, let me check something. I think my mom is on her way to my house. She is she's a few miles away. We're good. All right. I just want to make sure I'm not making her wait outside. Okay. Yeah, we're good. All right. Next up. All right. Ava G. So same set. This one got a 2. Let's see if we can tell why. Probably some creasing or scratching or something. I'm not seeing it on the card in hand. Yeah, can't really tell, but probably just the same issue as the Liz. There's probably something there I'm just kind of missing, but not a big deal. Still a very nice card. Great image for Ava Gardner. Again, kind of underrated, I think, in terms of her legacy as a actress, but she was in some big movies back in the day and very, very, very famous. So cool card for Ava. All right, next up, John Lennon. This is a PSA 5 here. I own this card in a 6. I will be selling this one. Check out my eBay store if you're interested. I'll link it in the description, just because I already have a higher grade. But this is a very cool card. I love this. This Dutch gum image of John Lennon, I think, is so sick. Like, it's one of my favorite cards of his that I own. Yeah, and this is a pretty nice looking copy too. So that will be available on eBay. Those are blank backs. But yeah, these are really, really cool. It's got that Ed Sullivan vibe to it. All right. Then we got Fozzie. This one I'm on the fence. I always do so good on these, like on these Muppet cards. I love this Fozzie card too. I think it's so cool. It's one of my favorites. Card number 2 in the set. His first card, 1978. This will be a hard one to sell. I just think that's such a good image, and I mean that's just such a cool card. 1978, Swedish, the Muppets, Fozzie Bear. Man, I've graded this 7, 6, 8. What's the pop? I think I've graded maybe all the 8s. I don't know if maybe that's kind of bold to say, but this is a pop 4, none higher. I know I've graded at least 2 of the 8s. I can't remember if I had a third one or not. But yeah, I might kind of regret it if I keep selling these. So I might just kind of put Fozzie on hold for now and kind of just let him sit here. So, all right, next up, get into Grease. Here we go. So this is cool. This is the highest grade I've ever gotten on this card. I've gotten an 8 multiple times, and they gave me the 8.5 this time. So that's awesome. I don't know why. Like, I have 8s I feel look just as good as this. But yeah, I'm happy about it. Let's just say that. So I want to see what the population is on this one, because it might be the highest graded copy ever of this card, which is John Travolta from Grease. Pretty big card. This is a pop. God damn it. Yeah, no. Okay, so it's a pop 1 with 3 higher. So there are some 9s. I don't think there's a 10. I'd have to go. Well, I guess I can just look here. There's 3 9s. So nobody's ever graded this card a 10. PSA 8s, there is 8 of them. I think I've graded 2 or 3 of those. Yeah, so this is cool. So pop 1 on the 8.5. I think I'll probably still keep my other 8 just because there's something interesting with these. Like, if you look down here at the bottom, I don't know which one is the O-Pee-Chee version. It doesn't specifically say. But this one has 1 star. Just remember that for when we see this next card. Okay. And then the back, again, it doesn't say where it was printed or anything like on those Beatles cards. But if you look at this one, maybe it'll say, I don't think it does. No, it's the same. But there's 2 stars. So one of these has 1 star and one has 2 stars. I assume that's an indicator of, but I don't know which is which. I think my PSA 8 that I already have has 2 stars, and now my 8.5 has 1 star. So I think I have to kind of keep both those just because I'm not sure. Like, this is a 7. I'm going to sell this one, but yeah, I just think, I don't know. I've never been able to figure that out. I'm pretty sure the O-Pee-Chee must be the 1 star because I have opened a lot of this stuff and it's typically all the 2 stars. So hard to say. All right, I think we got 1 card left here and we got to call this a day. My mom's going to be coming over here shortly. There we go. That's the big card from the set, obviously. Number 1, Danny and Sandy, PSA 7. I already own this in a 7. I've got 7 multiple times. Trying to get an 8, trying to get a 9, trying to get a 10. I keep sending them copies I think are really nice. It's just really tough. This is a pop. This is a pop 16 with 12 higher. There's 7 8s and 4 9s. Never a 10. So I have a few more at PSA hoping for a 10. That would be a dream come true. I think on the back, this one's way off centered, which is probably what it is, but pretty lame. Really, really, even if I could just get an 8, that would be so cool. But one of these days. So, all right. I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for checking out this order. Overthinking baseball cards, I'll link to in the description, my eBay store. Some of these cards are for sale, a handful of them. And then also check out the Card Adventures podcast with Curtis. I was just on there the other day. Yeah, that was really fun. I think I made a post about it. But yeah, otherwise we will see you again soon. Take it easy, everybody.